question. Was Sailor Moon the first show that introduced you to LGBTQ?
I think so. When I think about it, I've been on a few rants in the last few years about Sailor Moon and LGBTQ. Yeah, because I think my mom might have brought it up recently, and she was like, how did you, or I feel like you guys weren't even exposed to these ideas through media growing up or something. You know, she said it in a like
nice way.
In a nice way. She was like, it's interesting you guys are so like accepting of this stuff and just like, yeah, okay, but you never really saw it. And I was like, I did see it. I saw it on Sailor Moon.
No.
Ah.
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. I want to say no.
No.
It wasn't.
Mm-hmm. What was it? What show was it?
Probably something off of Telemundo. And I was like, huh? Because once I saw Sailor Moon and they kept saying, oh, it's her cousin, I was like, no, they're not cousins.
You know, Sailor Moon that I watched, and the more I watched the actual, you know, Japanese version, that's when I was like, oh, they're not cousins. They're the actual lesbians. I feel like Sailor Moon and the series as a whole represented it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to say yes, especially something like gender fluidity. Yes. Is definitely there, you know. Because, of course, watching the American watered-down version, we weren't given the romance between certain characters.
Yeah.
So those things didn't occur back then. But then watching, like, Sailor Stars and stuff like that, like, there's gender fluidity, you know. So that was definitely the first, like, introduction to that.
The really cool thing about Sailor Moon is that it really introduces a bunch of themes that are related to it, but they're not as explicit, especially like in the English dub, where the English dub was saying like Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune were cousins, but clearly they were partners.
They could have done better with the cousin. They could have done better. Like,
and that is why subbed is always better than dubbed.
Yes. Facts. Which Sailor Scout did you feel had sacrificed the most out of their dream?
Maybe Sailor Mercury.
Wow.
Because she had she turned down the opportunity to go to was it medical school?
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah. I always thought that was sad. I don't know why. That stuck with me.
But Mercury has sacrificed the most out of her dream because she wanted to be a doctor. She wanted to do really big things and
study all them exams and stuff. And it's just
and she couldn't because, you know, yes, I understand, like, you know, she is one of the Sailor Guardians. You know, she is the one who has to, like, take care of her planet, and she's one of the main Sailor soldiers for the Kingdom of the Moon. She sacrificed so much because she has high intellect and she wanted to become a doctor, and she couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Out of their dream, I felt like Sailor Jupiter gave up her dreams of being an ice figure skater.
Did she really?
Oh no, maybe that was in her dream.
Jupiter, she kind of had to sacrifice a lot of her things because Jupiter was super girly as well, but because she was the tallest and stuff like that, she couldn't do a lot of things. A lot of people thought other things aside from her, from what she really, like, who she really was.
Yeah, she was an ice skater. She can cook.
Yeah, she was very much a homemaker. She was very motherly as well. Yeah. A lot of people, like, if you see Jupiter right off the bat, you wouldn't think that she was very motherly, but she was. She was very much the caretaker. She's the one who took care of Serena, you know, made sure she was good. I'm going to be interchanging between Japanese and English names, by the way, because I've seen both.
It's an S.
Definitely Sailor Venus.
Why? This one I really need to know. I need to know this.
Okay. So I think it's because, well, she was like awakened or whatever term they use, like before everybody else. So I feel like she kind of had to sacrifice her time and her energy to trying to like signal to them that she knew that they all existed.
Yeah.
First, and then on top of it, she is the leader of the Inner Scout. So she's kind of like, she's like sacrificing like that.
I'd have to say like Sailor Mars. And the only reason why I say that, because she seems to be like the only character that had like a family that was represented in the background. Like her grandfather at the beginning.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
So that's at least to something that you could sacrifice that's like really worth sacrificing would be family.
Can we talk about how unappreciated Amy is?
That girl studied. She studied.
That girl got all A's and above and beyond, held everybody organized, helped everybody pass their tests.
Yep. All right. Next question. What do you think about Tuxedo Mask?
Ew.
Ew. Why ew? Isn't he the prince? You don't like him?
No.
Why you don't like him?
Things get weird when him and Sailor Moon are together.
You don't like it when they do like lovey-dovey stuff?
That's disgusting.
Okay.
He's useless. He's there for philosophical advice. He comes in and says what he needs to say to motivate. Yeah, Usagi with his fucking rose or whatever. But then he's always the damsel in distress.
Oh.
Did you not notice? He is always the damsel in distress.
What do I think about Tuxedo Mask besides that he's a pedophile?
Hold on, wait, what?
Which, okay, that's great and all. It shows that men could be the damsel in distress or whatever.
Yeah.
But, Endymion, what are you doing? Endymion, what are you doing?
You wanted to say that.
You're supposed to be the hubby. You're supposed to be,
the protector.
No. I feel like his character could have been a lot stronger.
Do we really want him to be stronger? Do we really?
I like Mamo later on. In the first 3 seasons, the first 3 seasons, I feel like the seasons kind of don't matter. Maybe in the first 50 episodes or something. I find his presence annoying because I feel like it's taking away from the perspective or something.
Okay.
It's making his position more eccentric or something than it really needs to be. Just how much Usagi is obsessed with him and things like that. And you're we get it.
Yeah. He's a pedophile. How did that come up?
How much older is he than...
Oh.
I mean, they're destined to be back together again, whatever, the semantics.
It varies with him. There's times I like him and there's times that I don't.
Oh my gosh. But I do appreciate the Sailor Moon R movie where they show more of the bisexual.
He's amazing in that movie.
That one, he got me.
Yeah. Yes. So that's what I was gonna say. But later on, he gets me. I love him later on. I think when he is just a role, he's there to help. He is another Sailor Scout.
Yeah.
He's not. You know what I mean? He really is an actual help, not just in the way.
Seems like
the way I put it is which I don't want to stomp on anybody's fandom if anybody out there likes Twilight, but the way I think about him is he's the Bella, where he has to be stagnant and not have too much character development.
Yeah.
So all the characters around him seem more exuberant, more exciting.
So this guy, the leader of the Sailor Stars, he's a man in human form and then transformed into a woman. But in human form, he was hitting on Usagi and he was making moves. And although I feel their chemistry was better than Usagi's and
Mamoru.
Mamoru.
For a 15-year-old to go through all that shit for a grown ass man, that's just. Go save him. Go save him again. Go. Last question. What do you love about Sailor Moon?
Okay, yeah, and this is what I said to Sissy last night too. out of all animes, I would have to say things like shoujo and slice of life are my favorite.
Okay.
And I feel like from Sailor Moon, they were kind of like the big bang that started those genres in like the correct direction. Oh. So I feel like without Sailor Moon, we wouldn't have like a lot of good animes, you know?
This is like very emotional and stupid, but this is really the only thing that I could think of, the girl power behind it. I think it's the thing about Sailor Moon that I love the most growing up, like watching it when I was little and then watching it now, is these women are empowering. They're so empowering, and it's so hard to find legitimate women of power who have flaws
and don't need a man.
And they're still, you know, role models to look up to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Sailor Moon, she's the most, I think out of all of them, she's the most flawed. But she's the one who has the most to learn, and you learn with her. Yeah. Like this is the thing I love about Sailor Moon. Even if you only watch up to the first, and you don't have to know about the outer
like the Doom Tree, right?
Yeah, you don't have to know about all of that. If you just know the original 5, even before Rini came in, like Minnie Moon came in, you learn alongside those girls and you grow with them, and it doesn't matter what age group, you know, you could be really young or you could be an older, you know, older person, and you're watching the show and you just feel empowered watching it as a woman.
Yeah.
You know?
They didn't hold back on how women should behave or whatever. Everybody was just like, it teaches a lot about sisterly and being there for each other and all that kind of stuff. I should rephrase that better. I don't know.
That she's always late. No, that she's always kind and nice.
That she's kind and nice?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the whole show? What about the other girls?
Yeah, but I'm like, I feel kind of privileged to have seen something at such a young age that like had a group of like women together, keeping each other safe and promoting each other's kindness and like love between each other. And then on top of it, they got like badass superpowers.
Basically,
get to transform into cute outfits, and I think
Spinning.
Yeah.
If Serena could save the world, I could do anything.
Was that like you complimenting her, or was that like an insult? Like
it was both.
Okay.
It was a little bit of both. Like, tighten up, get your shit together. But if she got her stuff together, I can definitely.
Then you can do it. You can do anything.
Then I can do it.
She loves to eat. Always eating. It cracks me up.
I agree, most definitely.
And I like the fact also that even though Pluto might be the only one, but you have a person of color. Yeah. Pluto is a person of color. She's black. You know what I mean? She is a person of color, and they're not just all Asian or Caucasian or whatever. They're all you have a person of color. You have somebody who's technically a disabled person, which is Hotaru, right? Because she has that congenital heart.
that heart disease.
So you're being represented kind of within each spectrum, and they're just all amazing. You could relate to, if you can't relate to one of them, then there's something wrong with you.
She can't cook.
I like how she grows.
Yeah.
And I feel like even though she has her moments of being a little whiny, but she's always there for her friends and everything. I do love Sailor Moon.
Like, you know, like something like Robotech started like Mobile Suit. Like that's like the big bang there. And like Dragon Ball Z, it's a crappy shonen. Without Dragon Ball Z, we wouldn't have crappy shonen.
There you go.
You know, like with like isekais, like I feel like Fushigi Yugi was kind of like that big bang for that, you know, to travel into another world type of thing.
Yeah.
So without Sailor Moon, I wouldn't have things like Anohana or Madoka Magica, you know, so in a way, I feel like that's like the beginning grounds.
Right.
So I appreciate that more than anything from Sailor Moon. And also, it's like a piece of childhood. Anytime you see Sailor Moon, you just kind of feel like you're like 8 years old again.
Right?
I don't know.
Well, as long as you keep watching the show, it's okay with me. Sailor Rainbow. Dangerous.
All the way to Earth. Out of Earth, and they will never come back.
You know what? I think you're a supervillain.